Okay, so we're just going to do a quick unboxing video of the Military Armament Corp. This is the M2 3-gun model, 24-inch plastic stock. There's a SKU number, also the model number if you're interested. This is what's in the box. I went ahead and pulled the barrel out from the little sheath thing it was in here, but you got the shotgun manual, shows disassembly and assembly, got some shims for the stock, got your choke tubes with a tool, looks to be a sling, little lock, so the barrel, a fiber optic bead on it, and this little clamp thing I guess, but we'll go ahead and get it out of the box, assemble it, and see if I can show you guys the difference between the M2 3-gun model over the regular M2 they sell. Alright, let's go over assembly real quick. So, you're going to take your barrel, take your handguard, you're going to slide the barrel into the handguard. I'm going to set this down for a minute. Okay, so here's your receiver. There's this little piece of metal here. It's basically larger controls for your bolt release, but it just sits in there. It's retained by the handguard. So we're going to kind of hold a gun up like so. What I'm going to go ahead and do now though is, let's see if I can get it to, there we go. I'm going to lock the bolt back by pushing this button in here. Take the barrel and handguard, slide all that together. See, that little guy slid out a little bit. So I'm going to hold that right there in place, jam it in there. So I've got a little space in here between the receiver and the barrel, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the nut. Go ahead and get this nut, tighten it on up. As you can see, it starts to pull the barrel into the receiver. So I'll go ahead and hit the bolt release. There we go. It's all put together. All right, let's go over some differences between the regular M2 and M2 3-gun. So first thing you may notice is the lightened bolt. See the cuts in it. Also, you got larger controls. You got safety, and of course the bolt release. Well, it's just that little piece of metal installed. But one of the biggest features is, see that cut on the opening at the bottom of the gun. So this is going to aid in dual loading or quad loading, specifically for 3-gun. And of course the 28-inch barrel. This is offered in both the 24-inch barrel. This is offered in 24 and a 22. So next thing we're gonna do is put it on the trigger scale and see what the trigger pull's like. Okay, so I just got this Wheeler trigger pull scale. The gun has already been cleared. I don't have any shells anywhere in sight, but let's go ahead and do 5 pounds. Let's do this again. A little bit over 5. One more time. 5.5. I think I yanked that one. Do one more time. Yeah, so right about 5. So we're right there about 5 pounds. I had gone ahead and ordered some of the Terran Tactical springs for the trigger kit. I have yet to come in yet. I'm going to go ahead and run the shotgun first to make sure it function tests. All that good stuff first. And then we'll start doing some modifications to it. So you get the trigger group out. What you're going to do is this pin, beat the pin out, and get out through the side. Gonna roll the trigger group forward or down and kind of forward and wiggle it on out like that. Reinstall, same thing. Put the back in there first, push it in there, and then I'm gonna put the pin back through this side. Get kind of lined up, pull back. It's right there. Take a little hammer. Let's see. There it goes. And pop it on in there. Function test. Good to go. Okay, so I went ahead and knocked the trigger group out of it. I got this little pin out. But for all intensive purposes, this looks identical to a Benelli M2. So, like I said, I've got this spring coming, and I've also got the trigger spring coming from Terran Tactical, just to lessen up the trigger pull weight, but we'll see if all the parts work or interchangeable. But it is damn sure similar to an M2. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is, well, the main reason for purchasing this shotgun is 3-gun. So I've got an extension tube from TacCom. It's carbon fiber, extremely light. It also came with an extended spring. But when you order this tube from TacCom, you have to specify which kind of shotgun you have, and he has these different nuts that adapt to the different shotguns. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing installed. All it entails is basically taking the snap ring retainer out the end of the existing tube, and then this will take the place of the barrel nut. So we'll go ahead and get that knocked out and take a look and see what it looks like. See if I can get this focused. There it is. So we're just going to pull this little plug out here, and the spring's going to come out. I'm able to do it with my hand. Probably not. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, and then we'll install the new extension tube. All right, so just basically pried this little cap out. Here's your recoils for the tube spring. Follower's still inside the tube. So settle that down. Basically reinstall everything like we did earlier with the initial barrel. Let's see. All right, so that locks on. Clip on there. Same thing applies. Slide the dude on like so. That's all good, tight. I gotta get the spring out of the bag, so continue this here in a second. All right, so got this big old long spring. I'm gonna go ahead and feed some of it down in there. Feed the rest of it into here. Like that. Boom. Just tighten her on up. And it's got the detents notches on this nut as well, so you can feel it click. But that's it. Close the bolt. Function test. But that is final product. Set that down. There she is. I'll go ahead and load it up, see how many it'll hold. All right, so I was able to put 13 shells in the tube. So with that, one in the chamber, I can hold 14. The division I'm going to be shooting, though, I can only start off with 8 in the tube and 1 in the chamber, but as soon as the buzzer goes off, I can stuff this thing full. I'm going to go ahead and run it this weekend, see how it does. I've got some 1200 feet per second stuff I'm hoping it'll run. Beyond that, pretty impressed with it. Finish on it's pretty decent. I may play with the shims depending on where the birdshot hits on steel. But got some high hopes with this cheap shotgun. Butt pad's pretty soft too. All in all, right now the shotgun, you can find them for less than $400, and the extension tube with the nut I think was under $100. So if you're interested in getting into the tube gun game, this package can be had for less than $500. So pretty affordable way to jump into the game. So stay tuned. I'm going to do a function test video next.